Focus saja.
Jangan fokus dulu. Fokus dulu.
Fokus already. Everything go.
Boleh go.
Okay. Training now.
Go.
Take photo.
Okay.
Okay, first. Kelakar orang begini.
Sorry, over here. Yeah. Okay. Over here. Thank you.
You ask them to stand here for video.
Just stand here one.
A very good afternoon and welcome to the home of the Democrats. Parliament has been dissolved this evening at 3 p.m. and the nomination day has been fixed on the 1st of September. The Singapore Democratic Party has already announced our plans to contest in the two GRCs, namely the Marsiling UT and the Holland Bukit Timah. In the single wards, we'll be contesting in the three areas, namely Bukit Batok, Bukit Panjang and the Hiu Hua district. This evening we are here to announce the first candidates to contest in the upcoming general election. Please note that we are only presenting the candidates today and the final lineup of which candidates are contesting in the different constituencies will be announced in the coming days. On my right we have Ms. Chong Wai Fung, our CC member and our treasurer. And on my far right, we've got Ms. Kung Wai Yin, SDP member. And I will hand you over to Dr. Chi to introduce the candidates. Dr. Chi.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to our press conference to introduce our first two candidates. And I have the distinct pleasure of presenting to you Ms. Chong Wai Fung, who's not new to you, you've seen her around, as well as Mr. Kung Wai Yin, whom we very fondly call Jairus. This is his other name. All right. Let me just very quickly go through with you Wai Fung's resume, if you will, and then later refer you to the sources that we got from. Okay. Chong Wai Fung is the treasurer of the Singapore Democratic Party. She is also an expert in public health, holding 2 master's degrees, one a master's in public health, specializing in clinical epidemiology from the National University of Singapore, and the other a master's of business administration from the University of Adelaide in Australia. Wai Fung is presently the administrator of Ren Chi Nursing Home in Moulmein. She has won several awards, including a National Healthcare Group Book Prize, as well as the National Healthcare Group Learn Fund to study at the Saw Swee Hock School of Public Health at NUS. She has also conducted research and coordinated research projects in the area of health services. The reason I got into politics was because I want to make a difference in improving the people's well-being, Wai Fung says. She emphasized the poorer segment of society which is not benefiting from an expensive healthcare system. She believes the way to improve our society is to help craft policies that serve those whose voices are not heard in Parliament. To this end, she has been working tirelessly with all of us here at the SDP so that she can be that voice. Her leadership qualities has propelled her to the fore of the SDP, and not long after she joined the party, she was very quickly elected into our Central Executive Committee, thereupon where she was then appointed treasurer. She enjoys a great amount of respect and goodwill from her party mates, given her expertise, more importantly, her passion to care for society's vulnerable. Wai Fang would make a tremendous impact as a member of parliament, as well as a caring leader for her constituents. Wai Fang plays as hard as she works. I've been with her all these years, and I know for a fact that she is a good sports woman, quite adept at badminton, not only that, swimming, running, CrossFit, and you'll see her very often in her shorts and her sneakers doing her outdoors. And if that's not enough, she's also a marathon runner, and she's done this for several charities and taken part in the Hair for Hope event to raise funds for the Children Cancer Society. Wai Fang works well in a multidisciplinary setting, and being a dynamic and results-oriented person, I think she has the ability to plan and think ahead and be able to work independently. Let me then very quickly move on to our second candidate that we want to unveil today. As I said, his name is Jairus Kong Wai Yin. Jairus is 34. He's an accounts manager with a European multinational company. Wai Yin began his career as an engineering naval specialist with the Republic of Singapore Navy. The years in the Navy has provided him the necessary training to excel as a team player, and that's very obvious coming from, again, the opportunity that we've had to work with him all these years. Now, being appointed as Chief Engineering Naval Specialist has also given him the opportunity to demonstrate his leadership. He left the RSN in 2010 after 8 years of service to join the private sector. Wai Yin's passion for politics was ignited during the 2011 GE. It was during that time that he took an intense interest in the political situation in Singapore, seeking to understand the ideologies of the various political parties and what these parties stood for. Being impressed by the thorough research of the 2011 shadow budget, which is entitled Empowering the Nation, published by the SDP, Wai Yin initiated contact with the party and has never looked back. Wai Yin has been active in the SDP's ground campaign, participating in walkabouts, house visits, and food distribution to low-income families. These activities strengthen his resolve to voice out the numerous difficulties faced by the less fortunate Singaporeans. Now, from the deferment of the CPF withdrawal age to the shortage of hospital beds to the frequent breakdown of the MRT trains, Wai Yin sees the problem that Singapore faces, and he wants to be the people's voice to address these problems in Parliament. It is his hope that fellow Singaporeans will stand together with the SDP and put us into Parliament to push for the implementation of the SDP's alternative policies and to provide Singaporeans with a better and more secure future. Wai Yin is married to Chang Hui Min and have one 3-year-old child. Her family is his greatest source of motivation, to no one's surprise. And during his free time, Wai Yin enjoys reading, and he is an avid diver too. Right. With that, I just want to refer you. I won't be handing out their biodata because for environmental reasons, there are many of you here. I just want to refer you to our website, and we'll slowly, if you get down to our website and click onto the section of candidates, you see that we're going to slowly update the website, and you can get the information that I just read out to you right here. Okay. With that, I would like to invite Wai Fang and Jairus to make a statement if you guys have any.
Hi everyone.
The other one. Yes.
Thanks for coming. I certainly look forward to the coming general election. In fact, I've been looking forward to this since 2011. And I think this time really is the time for change. I joined SCP because it is really, I believe in really the ideals of democracy. And I think SCP embodies all that. You know, democracy being not just having election every 5 years, but also being it's a place where people are free to voice their thoughts, free to pursue their passions, and being treated with respect and dignity regardless of their beliefs. So I think SDP really is the best party to be that voice in Parliament and providing the alternative views for different policies that we have. So I'm proud to be here today representing the party.
Hi, afternoon. As Robes, as Dr. Chi has mentioned, I think that I truly believe that with the SDP in Parliament, we will be pushing for alternate policies to make life better for Singaporeans. Sorry, I don't really have a speech.
If you have any questions, we'll be happy to take them now.
Hi, can you repeat your name again? I'm sorry.
My name is Kong Wai Yin.
What's your Chinese name?
My Mandarin name is Jiang Weixian. 大江南北的江，长江的江，伟大的伟，谢贤的贤。你 get it now?
Short and sweet.
KHUNG WAIYEEN.
If you're online right now, just about now, I think you can actually log into our website and you'll see the particulars there already. Any other questions that you might have for our candidates?
Maybe if we can get the candidates to share what causes they're passionate in raising in the Parliament.
Okay, I think Dr. Chi has mentioned during the walkabouts, home visits, and the food distribution to the low-income family, we have come across many residents who told us about the numerous difficulties that they face in various issues from CPF to housing to healthcare, and I do believe that we need to push for alternate policies. I mean, just look at when Minister Koh Boon Wan take over MMD, all he did was change the policy, and they managed to build more flats, and it actually slowed down the demand. So I mean, it actually take care of the demands of the HDB flat, and so it's actually a small tweak of policies, and we can actually do a lot of things that benefit Singaporeans. So this is why I do not understand why the government are not doing so. We have the resources, and we can definitely make life better for Singaporeans.
Wai Fang? No, go ahead.
I just want to ask, when do you join the party, and what have you been doing? What roles have you played?
Okay, I joined the party in 2011, right after the GE. And throughout these 4 years, like what I've mentioned, I've joined the party with the ground operation team, going for house visit, walkabouts, and food distributions to the low-income families.
Yep. You want to say a few words? Yep. Ms. Wai. Yeah. Yep. What made you join?
Okay, I joined SDP in 2011, mainly because I believe that SDP ideals of democracy. I've been active from the day I joined. In fact, before I joined, I was a volunteer. And I've been actively taking part in all the activities. I've been If you follow our Facebook, you would know that we have various activities from 2011 to now. We have many forums, published alternative policies, and I was there in almost every one of them. So, being in the CEC was, a privilege that happened sooner than expected. And the past 2 years I've been treasurer, and I've been involved in fundraising for the party as well. So yes, that's my history with SDP. And why this general election? I mean, why do I want to stand as a candidate? I've always had a passion for, vulnerable people, the old, children. I've got a passion for caring for the older people. I'm a nurse by profession, so I've seen healthcare policies impact patients in hospitals, out of hospitals, in their own homes. So whether it's healthcare financing policy or just public hospital related issues, I've seen the impact it has on people. And in many of these cases, VWOs pick up the gap, try and fill up the gaps where there are, when people fall through the cracks. Don't get me wrong, VWOs are doing a very, very good job. Okay, and I work for a VWO. But the thing is, I believe that I make a bigger impact if I step up and be the voice in Parliament, because I can affect changes that affect many, many people at one time, rather than one at a time at my workplace. So that's why I decided that, rather than just helping people fall through the crack, why not just craft better policies to close the gaps, and stop the problem in the first place.
Is there any one healthcare policy that you would like to change?
Look, if you look at our healthcare, SDP healthcare policies, it covers many things besides the financing system, which really, the government has made some changes over the years. I hope it's, because of feedback and more knowledge that we gain. But really the financing system is, okay,
We don't want to go too deep into some of these
because
policies.
maybe I work in a healthcare institution, and there's I've got policy of not talking so much about healthcare because of my workplace. I don't want to get into this place where I'm talking about healthcare policies where I get information from my workplace. So I won't go into details about healthcare for now. If I think it's best for now.
So you are doing bio boxes of new faces, so I was hoping you guys could answer 3 questions. Why politics, why you, and perhaps could you share your favorite sport in Singapore? Your favorite place in Singapore? Where it could be home, it could be location.
Okay, for me, why I joined politics and why I stand for this GE is really to stand up for people who are facing difficulties. A lot of people are telling us that this is not good, that is not good, and SDP has come out with numerous policies to address all these issues. And I believe that someone have to stand up and take these policies, present it to the people, and let the people come up with the decision, make the decision to say who they want to vote for in the Parliament to implement these policies. Okay. So sorry, your second question is
why you?
Why me? Because I will say that because there are a lot of, it's really daunting to be standing, in front of this many people and presenting ourselves, and a lot of people will have commitments to work and restrictions and whatnot, because being in opposition is really not easy. Okay, and your last question is my favorite spot will have to be my home, because that's where my family is at the end of the day, end of a long working day. I go back to them. Of course, we do enjoy our weekend outings to this Marina Barrage where we fly kite, have a picnic. Yeah, those are good memories.
How about Ms. Chong?
I think why politics, I've answered that earlier, right? Why me? Why not? If it's to be, it's up to me, right? Why wait for somebody else to step up if I believe that something can be done or should be done to improve the lives of Singaporeans? I'm proud to be Singaporean, and I don't see, why I should be sitting down waiting for somebody else to do the job when I believe I can do it. Okay, my favorite spot, not really particularly any place in particular, but I just like nature as it is. So I won't go to Marina Barrage, it's too man-made. I prefer somewhere more natural like Bukit Timah, or something.
maybe Dr. Chi, you could tell us your reaction towards the dissolving of Parliament. Do you think it's a bit too soon, or do you think it's just timely?
You know, the question is not so much when he's going to dissolve Parliament, but the fact that he's called elections 2 years ahead of time. You've got to be asking the question, why? Why did the Prime Minister not have the confidence of taking this Parliament right through to its full length? And there are many questions. There are many questions currently with the situation going on with the global economy. Is he afraid that things are going to get from bad to worse? The MRT train breakdowns, is that going to affect even more people as we go along? And then if you want to be very cynical, you have to ask, why 2 weeks, 3 weeks after National Day, right? And this is something which we find very disconcerting, because the Prime Minister doesn't seem to be very confident that he has to use this National Day to pull things back all 2 years ahead in time, and to have this National Day thing and our celebrations of SG50 kind of help him along. I don't see that those are signs of confidence, right? We should be able to face the electorate squarely, what the aspirations of people are, what the problems that they're faced with, their concerns, and put it to the people, and let both sides, the PAP and the opposition, have a good debate and see how the people decide.
A follow-up to that question, since you said that the election here is going to hold the election 2 years ahead of time, so on the other hand, is SDP ready?
We've been ready. We've been ready. And this is not just something I'm saying for your consumption now. Those of you who've been following us, you've been following us since the last GE, right? You have actually seen us building up in the interim to this coming GE. And again, if you have also been following us, you will also know that in January this year, we launched our campaign, and we've been putting things in place. So we are, again, feeling that this is a good spot for us, and we're looking forward to this contest.
Yeah.
Sorry, when will you start to review your other candidates, because you'll be contesting for 11 seats?
Yes. So we'll do it 2 at a time, couple at a time, and we'll do it right through. We'll have to make it known before nomination day anyway, right? So watch out for it in the coming days.
Hi, Issue from Mothership. Question: is SDP slowly turning into a more grassroots oriented party instead of a policy-based institution?
No, I don't think we've morphed into anything. No, I think if anything, we've started out as always being very acutely aware that in politics, you've got to have both. You cannot come up with policies and then not communicate it to the people that you're trying to that these policies will affect. So really, you're talking about two sides of the same coin. You really can't separate the two, grassroots and policy making.
Yes.
But that's where I think our strength lies. Okay? Our policy making and being able to formulate these alternative policies, and then to be able to reach out to the people and persuade them to support us in this coming election.
Dr. Chi, I'm Jenny from Today Newspaper. With the nomination and polling days now set, does this mean that the party will be ramping up its activities from now on?
I don't know if ramping up is the right word. We have been, we had a schedule of events that that we needed to achieve by certain times, and right now it is more the logistical phase We've got to get things out, get ourselves ready for nomination. But that's one side of our operations. The other side, of course, is our ground operations, which we will continue to pursue. And if you like, just get our candidates right now, now that we've announced them, going. So, on that note, I would like to invite you to go down with some of our activists after this press conference. Wai Fong and Wai Yin will be getting onto the ground and introducing themselves right now in person to the voters. Not necessarily in, I know what you're thinking, but not necessarily in the constituencies that they're going to stand. I give you a forewarning so that you don't come up with a headline saying, oh, Wai Fong, Wai Yin going to this constituency and find that come nomination day, that's not the case.
Speculate. It'll be coming out anyway in a couple of days.
Yeah.
So they're all free fall, just doing walkabouts everywhere for now.
Is there a reason why you are hesitant to share where they will be standing at?
No, it's just strategy. We're going to announce the candidates, and in the next 2 to 3 days, we'll announce who is going off to where.
Oh, in the next 2 to 3 days?
Yeah, in the coming days. Yeah.
But where will you send your strongest team? Is there any strategy about that?
We haven't got a strongest team, right? We've got a strong team of 11 candidates, and that's where we're going to field in the 5 constituencies that we mentioned. Yeah.
They're all A teams.
Dr. Chi, the other big question that we have is, you mentioned last week that if Parliament is dissolved by Wednesday, you would start introducing candidates towards the end of the week. So why hold this press conference now?
Yeah, we've gotten taken some of your advice. So don't say, we don't take your advice. You say, why wait until, if we've got things sorted out already, go ahead. And also, we kind of also thought that the elections, I beg your pardon, Parliament is going to be dissolved today. If that's the case, then, let's quicken the pace.
Well, so are you saying you had the inkling that it might be today?
Yes, but that's a strange question to ask, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you mean getting an inkling of elections when you're a political party, right now? And then, all of a sudden elections, nominations 1 week ahead. This is not the way to conduct a democratic election, right? But we must know in advance, right, our constituencies, where we're going to, where we're contesting, and then when polling day is, when nomination day is, and be given enough time to do all 3 so that voters are well informed way before they get into a voting booth to cast their vote. So there's this whole idea of about what inkling here, suspecting there, maybe here and not sure there, and it's just very unbecoming of a democratic system.
Dr. Chi, so are you surprised that it's actually on the 12th instead of 11th, and does this affect your strategy and election campaign?
It could not have been on the 11th because then it would have fallen on a Friday. Traditionally, anyway, it's always been on a Saturday, and then cooling off day is on Friday, which is on 11th. So no, there's no. In a way, it's also not surprising that it was on the 12th because, as I said, it had to fall on a Saturday.
So the polling day will be on the 11th, which will be on the Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Polling day is on Friday.
Yes.
So the cooling day of it is on.
It's on
Okay,
Saturday.
this is going to be the first then. First. Again, that's something which we have to
Re-strategize.
I don't think it's a strategy. You're given that period of a fixed number of days anyway. But that's something which we will have to take on board and have to deal with, and then we'll take it as time. Yeah.
Dr. Chi, so over the past few days, several NFP members have quit the party and have quit the election. So in the event that they are not able to pull together a team for the constituency that they want to contest in, will SDP step up and contest in those?
I haven't heard anything, but I have every confidence that they'll be able to field the teams that they've intended to field. And for us, I don't think it's appropriate to speculate right now. It's not very nice, isn't it? So let's leave it to the NSP sort the teams out, and they will make announcements when the time comes, I'm sure.
Dr. Chee, could we get your comments on the format of candidate introduction? I mean, we see the PAP going down to the heartlands. We see SPP introducing Ravi Philemon at Hong Kong North last week. So why did you decide to stick to the traditional, headquarter format of unveiling candidates?
Because we want to show off our office. No, but seriously, I know that there are, hold your horses, right? We will be doing things down in the constituency level, so that's akan datang, right? We'll be doing some of that. But right now, I think just a good place for us to be able to have, a proper place where we just want to introduce our candidates, and make sure that you guys get to ask all the questions you want to ask, right? And then at some point later, we will get down to constituencies and conduct at least a couple of events there.
So Dr. Chee, over the past weekend, Minister Tan Chuan Jin commented that election is not about horse trading. So do you have any response to his comment?
Mr. Tan says a lot of things. And look, it's sometimes it's just important for us to work things through. You want to put a bad spin on that and call that horse trading. What can we do, right? But let's also think about that there are 10 political parties this time around, right, contesting. And it's no easy feat, but we managed to resolve some of the kinks, right, some of the, iron out some of the crumples, and I think credit must be given where credit is due. There was a lot of good give and take, there was, a compromise, and right now it looks as though every constituency is going to be contested, and I think that's good. I think we look forward then to a healthy, robust contest, right? At the end of which the people will speak, and they will have their say.
So, Celine from Chinese Radio, can I get the two candidates to answer the questions in Mandarin? OK， 就是想说为什么来加入民主党，参与来届大选，然后如果当选的话，你们会关注的课题是什么？
My Mandarin is not too well. You want to go first? 我参与民主党的主要原因是真的，因为民主党有非常好的建议，让我们怎么把新加坡带入接下来的10年、20年。我们的方针不是像行动党这样，就 OK， 不好意思，我华语真是不是很好。We are not going to pursue
你就尽量用华语讲。
真不是很好。I don't usually converse in Mandarin, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Wai-Fang doesn't. Is it because we're Chinese? We speak Chinese. She speaks more. She speaks Malay.
Malay is good. Those Berita guys, are they here? No.
Sorry, I realized in your biodata, Ms. Chong, that your age isn't there. Could you share how old you are? And for Mr.
Oh my God!
For Mr. Fong, your education background.
It's not like you ask a woman for their age.
No, but unfortunately, it's protocol.
Okay, for me, I graduated from Singapore Polytechnic with a diploma in marine engineering, and thereafter I actually gotten a advanced diploma in management from Kaplan Higher Institute of Learning. I actually had this intention to go through to get a marketing degree, but somehow life happens, kids and house and everything comes in, so that is being delayed for a while. Yeah.
Spotify.
Sorry, Sean, can I have your Chinese name as well?
张慧芬。Which one is it?
Oh, I didn't notice.
Get it for Alvin.
Can I ask the two candidates, what were your family's reactions when you told them that you're going to stand for this election?
Jairus, you answer that first.
My wife, I have been active with Singapore Democratic Party for the past slightly more than 4 years. So it does not come as a surprise to my wife. And I talked to my mom. I told my mom, 妈妈，我要去参选，加入新加坡民主党参选。Then her reaction is, 好啊好，去参选，妈妈支持你。So that actually just makes me, you know, go to Dr. Shi, no problem, I'm on for it.
Mom of the year, but
Actually, Dr. Chi thinks he was the one who convinced me to stand, but actually it was my mom. Yeah, my family are very supportive. I've always had an interest in politics anyway, so my parents were very into. They brought us for rallies when we were young, so we do follow politics for a long time. And I think basically my parents were not surprised that I eventually said I wanted to be a candidate. And yeah, I mean, my friends were like, come on, you could be kidding, you're not standing, it's like, no, I'm not. Then, so, they won't be surprised today. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, do you ask the PP candidates this question? You don't, right? Exactly. So why do you ask opposition candidates that question? If it's an open democratic society, there must be something behind those questions, right?
Which question?
The question about, what do your families feel? How do they feel?
No, I just thought that it's interesting.
Yeah.
Can I also know your dialect groups and what sort of language abilities you have? Dialects and language.
My dialect group Cantonese, so I speak Cantonese with my parents and some of my relatives. I study Malay and English.
I can speak Mandarin, English, Cantonese and Hokkien. My dialect group is Cantonese.
So, Ms. Chan, could you please check your marital status? I know it's
serious.
It's something. What is marital status? Okay,
anyway, Mr. Kong has it in his
yeah, because I just happen to be not married. So I'm attached for many, many years.
Any other questions?
One question for Wayne. Wayne, you mentioned you become a Navy. How will you bring about your experience in the Navy to your outreach to the constituents?
I mean, my time in the Navy gave me an opportunity to actually understand how a big organization works. And it is very critical when we are going to join an election to take charge of town council. I think it will definitely be useful in that sense. Yeah.
Okay, if there are no further questions, thank you very much. Thanks for coming. We'll let you know the next announcement then. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Self-critique, but I want to